This video is to briefly go over how to filter equipment or search for equipment in CRM. When you first log into CRM, I don't know what your start page is, but this is what mine looks like. I obviously am not a salesman. I don't have much on this screen. But to first search for equipment, you will come up here to this drop down and choose Equipment. You will be brought to this screen. The first thing you can look at is up here next to this title, Stock Equipment. There's a little down arrow. Click that. You can choose between stock equipment and used equipment inventory. I'm going to stick to stock equipment for now, which should be what it defaults to when you open the screen. Now, some of you may be searching using this bar right here. That bar is not extremely useful. One of the things it does is remove all the filters that we have set on this view already. For instance, right now this view is not showing you machines that have been set up in service or machines that we have sold, because obviously you don't care when you're looking for a machine to sell or rent. So when you use this, those filters go away, and all of a sudden you've got a bunch of trash to sift through to get what you want. The way you should search this table is hit this filter button right here, which adds these little drop downs on all of these columns. Let's say you want to search for a sales. I'm going to go to fleet status, sales machine. Okay. Now it's filtered the entire list to only show sales under fleet status. And let's say you want to only look at, let's look at Case as the manufacturer. If it does not give you options like that fleet status did in this filter area, say custom filter, and in this drop down you can say equals something, or you can say contains. Use this contains, not contains data. Contains data just means it's not blank. Contains CAS for case. So now we are looking at sales machines that are case. Now let's say that you want to look in your branch. So I'm going to look at branch name, custom filter, and I'm going to say contains, let's see, let's do Belton. I'm going to do a 08. Contains 08 because I don't care what the first two letters are. I don't know why it shows SE. Could be EQ, RE. I don't care, as long as it's 8. I put the 0 in front because it's a good habit to get in. If you were to put contains 1, that's not going to give you machines in branch 1. That's going to give you machines in branch 1, 10, 11, 12, 13, because all of them have a 1 in it. If you want machines in branch 1, you do 01. So just a good habit to get into. Contains 08 for Belton. Now we are looking at fleet status, sales, manufacturer, case, branch name 08, Belton. This name column over here, I'm not sure exactly why it's set up the way it is, but it appears to be maybe model manufacturer serial. You've also got model search, which is supposed to be the old NDS model, which will have some of the extra letters at the end. You've got the serial number over here that you can search by. This equipment column that right now has a lot of trash in it that we're trying to get removed. In fact, my other screen has a script running on it that's removing the tax notes in it and putting those on rental text instead of sales text. But these notes show everything that Michael has entered about these pieces of equipment when he's setting them up. So you can see things like 2-speed EH controls, or EH controls, open cab. Let's do a search for everything with EH controls, just to show you. Custom filter contains E-H controls. Okay. Now, this is the short list of sales equipment that's made by Case in Belton that has in its note something about EH controls, which may be hard to see, but it'll be in there because if not, it'd be filtered out. If you're looking for a specific model, name is probably the column to look through. You could probably use model search because that will have NDS's model. It appears we're not keeping up with adding the letters at the end like we are supposed to be when we set them up. But these are the models that are in the ERP. So we could do custom filter contains SR210. So now we're showing the 2 units that are in Belton in the sales fleet made by Case with the model SR210 that also have EH controls. That's a lot of filters that seem to have worked pretty well to get down to what you're looking for. And that was pretty quick too. If you accidentally hit the column instead of the little arrow thingy, it's just going to sort your entire list by that column. And that's what that other arrow is showing there. If at any point you end up using this search again, which if you're in the habit of it, you will. I've done that quite a few times. It will undo all of these filters, and then you gotta start over. The other thing is if you start by searching this, let me just show you. SR210. Now, it started there. Obviously, it's showing everything. Otherwise, it would have just found the 2 that were already in there because they were both SR210s. Now it's showing customer stock, which means set up by service or sold already. But it doesn't say sold anywhere, so I'm guessing that was set up by service. Kind of like the machine file in NDS was. It's showing sold, it's showing expired, which means machines that we had set up before the ERP was syncing. You can also tell that by equipment tag, full name, all these columns that are blank. They weren't syncing with ERP. Always ignore those things. But you should never see them if you don't use this search. Anyway, the search once you've done something there, you can't go and filter. If you hit filter, it says you can't. This view does not support filtering. Well, yeah, it does, just not after searching. So, we're back. I may have done that too fast. SR210. You can hit this X to clear the search. And it takes you back to the view that is already filtered of all that service equipment and sold equipment and expired equipment, all that trash. Now that it's cleared, it'll let you filter again. You can filter any of these columns. Something else to note is this information gets updated out of ERP every night. So if the meter has been updated in the ERP for some reason, it should update in the CRM. Same with all the other columns. So as we add equipment text, which is where the specs should go, it should get updated overnight. I think we still have some cleaning up to do on the actual equipment page. I'm trying to find one that makes sense to look at. But if you click the name over there, it opens up this page, which has a little more information. Any of this information can be added to that previous table. If you think something should be added to that previous table we were looking at, let us know through the help desk and we'll see what we can do. But we'll also clean up a bunch of stuff like that shouldn't be there. Nobody cares about that. Quantity on hand, that's stupid. It's either one or it's sold, so it's wrong and stupid. Serialized, of course it is, or who cares? Yeah, lots of stuff we can clean up there. We'll work on that. This description is that equipment text column you were seeing. We're getting rid of these and sticking them in the rental text. Base prices. Still working on trying to get those accurate. Anything that was on the price special that Dad sends out should be accurate. Anything that wasn't, we're using a formula that was used in Salesforce before we went to Dynamics. And some of the parameters are really screwed up. But we're working on it. It's just a very, very complicated process. I'll let you know where we get on that and when. I think that's all I've got on equipment. As we learn more on the CRM, we'll let you know. There's a lot of pieces that even Shelly, Chris, and I are still missing from our training. And as we learn them, we will try to get word out to everybody else too. And eventually we will have some formalized training again, because too much of it has changed since we started using the system. But in the meantime, any questions, please submit at help desk. Don't just complain to your neighbor. Don't just complain to your manager, because they're not going to submit it either. Submit a help desk if you got a problem, and we will see what we can do. Have a good day and good luck selling or renting. Thanks.